And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch it live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered in multiple ways. Alrighty, folks, today's a big old Saturday. One more day until Super Bowl 56, Bengals, Rams. Oh my goodness, folks, what we have played and talked about all year long is finally coming to the conclusion tomorrow. So, today on the show, we are making our official pick, folks, and I am ready to lock it in, folks. Ready to lock this official pick in. We've been tracking it for 2 weeks. Hasn't really changed that much. We've been watching and looking at every stat, every piece of information that we think is going to be helpful and beneficial for us to make our official pick. We spent 2 weeks doing that, and here we are, ready, confidently locking it in. I was a little wavering. I woke up this morning. I was like, I was close to wavering, but then I was like, you know what? Let me look at one final stat, and that stat, it was like, yes, sir, bringing me back to what we've been saying all week long, folks. No more doubt. I'm confidently ready to lock it in, folks. So that's what we've got today, folks. We're going to get the NBA out of the way very quickly, folks. Okay, we're going to go through it quickly. But we're going to spend the rest of the show just prop bet hunting. I mean, that's what everybody's going to be doing in Super Bowl, folks. Yes, you can take the overall game and, the spread and the over and under, the classics. But, everybody can bet now mobily for the most part. We got some more states joining in. Super Bowl parties, people that don't watch the Super Bowl and just don't care about football but watch the Super Bowl, just friendly betting and just kind of, a few bucks here and there on some cool props. So we're just going to go through all of them. I know there's going to be a ton of crazy props because they're already advertising. I think Caesars, sent me an email. They're like, hey, this is like 2,000 ways you can bet on the Super Bowl. So there's going to be tons of props. Last chance to bet on football, and I should say NFL football, because we only have a few more months to the USFL, and hopefully that lives up to some sort of resemblance of good football. So hopefully we can bet on that. But for the next couple of months, this is going to be the last football action that we can bet on. So we're going to take our time. We're going to comb through everything, folks. Just real chill, talk through what's great value, what's not good value, what are we going to take, and we'll talk it all through here. So that's what we've got today on the show. And there is one prop bet, folks, that is a guarantee. It doesn't have so much to do with the game itself, and I don't even know if we can bet on this. I'm almost 99% sure we cannot bet it. Well, I should say there is a 100% chance that we will not be able to actually bet on this with real sports books, but hear me out, folks. You go to a Super Bowl party and you make this bet yourself, and I guarantee that you will win it. I will guarantee you will win this bet with your friends. A little bit of a friendly wager. Carry $50 cash on you, maybe $100. I would go $100, and carry around $100 cash on you to whichever Super Bowl party you're going to tomorrow, and just kind of see if there's anybody at that party that will take you up on this bet, because it will guarantee to hit and you will win. And you may be able to talk it up highly, where you'd be like, hey, if I lose this bet, I give you $100, but in return, I get like $500, because this bet is going to be so detailed and so correct that everybody's going to be thinking that you're out of your mind by even bringing it up. So you may be able to talk up the value a little bit to whoever that you're trying to make the bet with, folks, but it will be worth it. I guarantee it. So we'll have that at the, we'll probably wrap up with it. So that's what we've got today on the show, folks. So Let's just jump right into it. We're going to start in the NBA just so we can get kind of our betting warmed up, because we are going to bet the NBA still today and talk through the betting, but we got to get warmed up on what's good value. We got to kind of see, all right, what is Vegas kind of saying? What are they saying? What are they putting the line at? And, get our kind of betting senses warmed up of what's good value and not good value. And then we'll head into the Willy Wonka the Willy Wonka factory of betting, because there's so many different varieties, folks. And don't get lost, because we saw what happened to those kids getting lost in Willy Wonka's factory. They didn't really make it out. So stay with us, folks, and we'll have you cashing in on Monday. Alrighty, so let's start with the NBA. We're going to go through this very, very quickly, folks. We're not going to spend more than probably 10 minutes on it. So here we go. We had some bets going on last night. Hit most of them. Fantastic. We hit our fear bet. Fantastic. 3-0, overcoming our fears. But let's start here with the first game up. Hornets at the Pistons. And the Hornets win 141-119. They covered, I believe it was 6. The final line was 6. And this is the team that Vegas loves, okay? So once again, Vegas, why are you loving this Hornets team? Yes, they're good against bad teams. Congrats. They cannot hang with any sort of good, decent team. So this was the big old team that Vegas loves to show and loves to kind of show respect in the spread, especially against good teams. And yeah, they beat the Pistons, and they won by 22. This is what Vegas loves right here, when they face bad teams. But when they face good teams, folks, they are not good. We've seen that multiple times over the last week, and we've cashed in on it. But the Hornets get the win, 141-119. LaMelo Ball, 31 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals. Terry Rozier, triple-double for the kid, 25 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds. Miles Bridges, 25 points. Mason Plumlee, still a cool 7 points, put the 10 boards. And then newly acquired Montrezl Harrell, we love it. Yes, instant impact, first game back, 15 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 1 assist, 6 rebounds coming off the bench in only 22 minutes. We loved the trade for Montrezl Harrell, and this is why we get offensive production from the bench. We get big production from the bench. He had a block and a steal, good defense, and then the 6 rebounds in 22 minutes. Loving Montrezl Harrell here for this Hornets team. I think it's an absolute home run trade for this Hornets team. And then PJ Washington, always pretty much consistent as usual, 13 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. And they did this with Kelly Oubre Jr. in the starting lineup because of no Gordon Hayward. So Kelly Oubre Jr. still letting us down a little bit. We don't like this man starting at all, folks, especially last season. Remember, with the Warriors, he was supposed to be a huge key role player there, a huge key piece for that team, but he never really kind of played up to what they needed, what we needed him to do for the Warriors. But we don't like him starting, and we got him shooting 1 of 10 from the 3 last night. He had 11 points and 6 rebounds, but he was only a +6 on the floor, and that was really kind of the worst of everybody that played meaningful minutes last night. So Kelly Oubre Jr., some quick takeaways here. Kelly Oubre Jr. still not good in the starting lineup, but Montrezl Harrell, we love that addition. So Hornets get the win over this Pistons team. Jeremy Grant is still not doing really anything. We need him to be, a 25-plus point a night scorer, and we haven't gotten that by this man at all, or anything really close since he's really came back. So Jeremy Grant still a little disappointing. Overall, 15 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. We get Saddiq Bey with a solid 25 points. We'll take that. Cade Cunningham, 12 points, 2 assists, light there. So overall, this Pistons team really not good still. Didn't do anything at the trade deadline and are still bad. So really missed an opportunity there. But Hornets get the win, 141-119. All right, next game up here is the Cavs at the Pacers, and this was one of our official picks last night. Cavs -6, and man, they were getting beat all game long. This Cavs team was getting beat, and they were down big. I want to say like the biggest deficit was maybe around like 16 to 20 points here, but in the fourth quarter, this team locks in, and that speaks to the great coaching and the great leadership that this Cavs team has on the road, down big. Here it is. Cavs rally down from 21 behind. Fantastic. This is why we love this Cavs team, and we kind of got lucky. We did kind of get a little bailed out last night by the -6 because they do only win by 7, 120 to 113. So for the Cavs last night, Jared Allen, 22 points, 14 rebounds. Still no Darius Garland. So Karis LeVert actually took the starting one position and had a solid night. 22 points, 3 steals, fantastic. 5 assists, 2 rebounds, and he shot 52%. So Karis LeVert is truly going to be a huge upgrade for this Cavs team, but we still want Darius Garland, obviously. So probably I would assume Isaac Okoro once Darius Garland comes back. I would probably see it as Darius Garland at the 1, Karis LeVert at the 2, and then Isaac Okoro going down to the bench. That's how I would kind of assume this plays out, but we'll see once we get Darius Garland in the lineup. We had Evan Mobley last night. Only 8 points, only took 6 shots, so a little bit light there. But off the bench, folks, for this Cavs team, we love their bench players. Kevin Love, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Rondo, as of late, these last 2 games for the Cavs truly getting it done. Last night, 17 points, 6 assists, 7 rebounds on 85% shooting, folks. Wonderful. And then C.D. Osman, always really solid out here. Got to shout out the kid, 14 points in 19 minutes. So still loving this Cavs team, absolutely. And I did like what this Pacers team did all game last night, but they weren't able to close it out. So this is the same Pacers team that we've seen over the last 5 years with Sabonis. So we'll, take this game with a little bit of grain of salt for the Pacers, but they gotta start closing out games, or their trade of getting Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hield, it's really not gonna mean anything, because they're still not winning games exactly like with Sabonis. They were decently competitive in the majority of their games for the last 5 years, but they weren't able to really win any meaningful games. They weren't really good at closing out games, and they never made any big splash in the playoffs. So all right, we loved what we got from Tyrese Halliburton early on in the game. 23 points, 6 assists. The man shot 60%, 4 of 6 from the 3. Buddy Hield in their starting lineup, 16 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Really good overall game there. But fell short at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. Everything started to really kind of take a downfall, and that's not what we want to see by this Pacers team. So hoping that this is just kind of, all right, let's get everybody acclimated. All right, we kind of fell off at the end, the conditioning, new team, all that. Hopefully those are the only factors, or is this just a curse by the Pacers where whoever you bring in, it doesn't matter, just the organization has this aura around them that they can't close out games. So we'll still keep an eye on this Pacers team as we progress throughout the season, but really disappointed that they couldn't really lock it up last night. But the Cavs get the win 120-113. All right, next game up here is the Thunder at the 76ers. 76ers get the win, 100-87. What did this line close at? Because this one, we've got this kind of week of facing our fears of big spreads in the NBA and taking at least one every single night. And we stayed away from this one because we know the 76ers team, no James Harden, and they lost Seth Curry. So, they didn't really have that much depth at the guard position last night. So that was the reason why we stayed away from this one. And I want to say this one, what did this end at? This ended at 14, and they only won by 13. So we made the right decision of the big spread. So once again, we know how to, look at value and all that. And this week is just kind of forcing ourselves to kind of truly agree with our instinct and our gut of saying, hey, we can swallow these points and don't have to worry about a backdoor cover or anything like that. So we made the right decision on the right big spread last night. So we'll give ourselves a little pat on the back there. Absolutely. But the 76ers, they were able to get it done. A little bit close game in the first half. They were able to kind of open it up at the back end of the game. But last night, no Joel Embiid, no go. So, or no, what am I saying? Scratch that. He did go. Joel Embiid, 25 points, 19 rebounds, 4 assists. Classic Joel Embiid game. Besides shooting 32%. That's definitely not what that man does on a game-by-game basis. We get Tobias Harris, a solid 17 points, 11 rebounds. Tyrese Maxey still at the 1, obviously, 24 points, 5 rebounds. We get Matisse Thybulle playing the 2, 10 points on 7 shots. And Korkmaz only taking 2 shots last night for 5 points. Nothing good off the bench. Danny Green, 1 of 6. Shake Milton, 1 of 9. Georges Niang, 2 of 7. Paul Reed, 3 of 7. So nothing really great off this 76ers bench. And this is kind of what we've been seeing, pretty recently, that this bench squad here for the 76ers have really not been doing their part of just solid kind of 10, like 2 people in double-digit scoring, anything like that. We haven't gotten anything close to that as of recently. So hopefully when James Harden comes, Tyrese Maxey goes down to the 2. Matisse Thybulle probably back to the 3. We get Korkmaz down on the bench. James Harden at the 1. We'll see how all that plays out, but we still need some solid production here by the bench of the 76ers. And until we start getting that, we're staying away from betting them, especially with these big 14-point spreads. Couldn't even do it against the Thunder last night with no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What is that about? Come on, 76ers, you're better than that. You're more dominant than the game last night. So let's get a little help from the bench here, shall we? For the Thunder last night, Luguentz Dort only 15 points. Once again, he's not the 25-plus a night consistent scorer. And with no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that's what they need Luguentz Dort to be. So that one outlier game 2-3 games ago where he put up like 25-plus points, that's not him. And we know that, and we stay away from that. So, still checking that narrative of, we're still good to go with Luguentz Dort of not believing in him and not betting on him. We get Derek Favors was actually the leading scorer at the 5 at the big position, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Josh Giddey, 9 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds on 28% shooting. We need him to be a little bit more consistent as well. I know we're asking a lot from the young kid out here, but with no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, somebody's got to step up on this team, and we've never gotten that. So 76ers get the win 100-87. All right, next game up here is the Spurs at the Hawks, and oh my gosh, what an absolute embarrassment by this Hawks team. We took them -8, and they got blown out by 15 at home against the Spurs team, who just got rid of Derek White. Their second best player on the team. What are they doing? And they're beating this Hawks team? Real bad taste in our mouth by this Hawks team. So they're truly going to have to kind of prove themselves their next matchup and dominate whoever it is, regardless of the opponent. So, but the Spurs get the win 136-121 over the Hawks. And the Spurs, fantastic game. They were good right from the get-go, and they stayed true. They, the lead kind of rubber banded a little bit throughout the game, but they never really lost the lead, and they kept as soon as the Hawks got close again, they opened it right back up. So big time credit to this Spurs team of just staying the course and playing a full 4 quarters of basketball last night. Big props to everybody on the Spurs. So who got it done? DeJounte Murray went absolutely wild. He's like, oh, you're getting rid of one of my best friends on the team, the second best player on the team? All right, I'll show y'all. 32 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds, 4 steals, shooting 61% on 18 shots. The man was a maniac last night. Well done. We get Devin Vassell at the 2, 20 points, 5 rebounds. That's a pretty good Derek White impression. I will give him that. We get Keldon Johnson at the 3, 26 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Jacob Poeltl, I mean, this man, I got to start giving a little bit more credit to Jacob Poeltl because this man's been so consistent by the Spurs team. Not obviously a tier 1 big because, the tier 1 bigs, Giannis, Jokic. Poeltl's definitely nothing like that, but a solid tier 2 big out here, we definitely give respect to that. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 big old blocks. Yes, sir, love it. And then off the bench, we get Joshua Primo, 13 points. We'll take that as well. So everybody in the starting lineup was absolutely dominant last night, and it took over the Hawks. We get Trae Young, 18 points, 11 assists, a little bit light overall points-wise. We get the leading scorer, Bogdanovich, still coming off the bench, folks. So, seems like they're, good with this man not being at the starting 3 anymore, just putting him down to the bench. But if we're still getting this great production, 5 of 8 from the 3, 23 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, yeah, move him down to the bench. We're not going to really kind of argue that much to put him back in the starting lineup. So, everything was just a little bit lackluster last night. And we know everything kind of truly runs off of Trae Young, and if he's not putting up the 25-plus points needed, we don't really have that kind of other outside scoring superstar that can dominate a game. So Trae Young just a little bit off last night, and the Spurs, they were full on the gas all night. So Spurs get the win, 136-121. This was the only game that we lost last night that we officially took. Had 4 picks last night. So Hawks, man, ooh. All right, next game up here is the Nuggets at the Celtics, and we had the Nuggets +6, and man, oh man, they lost by 6. So this one was a push overall here. In this Nuggets team, they, floundered late in the fourth quarter. Well done by the Celtics. We saw a lot of this floundering at the back end of the game last night. Nuggets kind of real competitive all throughout, had the lead for most of the game, but when that fourth quarter came, they just kind of floundered the lead and lost, and were down more than 6 and had to kind of claw their way. It was real back and forth, real rocky for us to get that push last night, but we got it. So, Celtics get the win, 108-102 last night. Let's start here with the Celtics since they got the win. Marcus Smart, 22 points, 5 steals, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Love that we've just started to buy into Marcus Smart because this man has been going absolutely crazy here. And I believe we have to give Marcus Smart a lot of credit. Yes, obviously Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown deserve credit because they're the best players. They're the 2 superstars on the team. But Marcus Smart finding where he belongs on this team and how to run the floor. This is really kind of the undervalued reason why this Celtics team has really started to kind of take off in the last month. What do we got in their last 10? What are they, like 8-2 in their last 10? What do we got here by the Celtics? 9-1, even better. 7-game winning streak, folks. Now 7th in the Eastern Conference, and they're only a half a game back from, oh my God. Wow, this kind of middle of the pack here in the Eastern Conference, it's pretty gosh dang good, folks. Let's just kind of say what it is out here. We got Heat at the 1, Cavs at the 2. Look at, ooh, I love that. Cavs at the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Bulls the 3rd seed, Bucks the 4th seed, 76ers the 5th seed, Raptors are the 6th seed, and then we get the Celtics at the 7th seed. So, man, oh man, top 6 automatically into the playoffs, 7 through 10 in that play-in tournament. So, this kind of middle of the pack where we got the 76ers, Raptors, Celtics, Nets, Hornets, Hawks. I mean, man, oh man, this is going to be a tough, tight race to secure a playoff spot, and we're absolutely all about that. Consistency, winning at the back end, that's what truly matters. So, we'll see what teams got the goods and what team doesn't. But big time shout out to Marcus Smart of truly bringing this team all together. And this is kind of a little bit of a Celtics team that we're used to. Good, confident, beating better teams in the league. So I'm glad that we're getting this Celtics team back that we've kind of been seeing for the last 2 years, just being competitive and being a little bit of a force in the Eastern Conference. And we give Marcus Smart a lot of credit for helping turn around this team. So Marcus Smart, 22 points, second leading scorer, 7 assists, led the team in assists, 5 steals, wonderful defense, 5 rebounds, all around a wonderful game. I can't speak more highly enough by Marcus Smart, and we will apologize for this man. We were a little bit knocking of the man in the beginning of the season here, but we're turning around and we're loving what Marcus Smart is giving us. We get Jason Tatum. He led the team in scoring last night. 24 points, 3 steals, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. Just great defensive night by everybody on the Celtics, really. All these steals, 13 steals last night. Wow. The Nuggets only had 7, so big time win there for the Celtics. So Jason Tatum got it done. We had Jaylen Brown, 12 points on 23% shooting, 0 of 6 from the 3. Jaylen Brown struggling last night, and they still were able to beat a solid Nuggets team. That's big time good for the Celtics, folks, truly turning around the corner. Robert Williams still getting it done at the 5, 15 points, 16 rebounds going against Jokic. That's a win for the dude. And then we get Derek White coming off the bench, 15 points, 6 rebounds. We love the acquisition of Derek White. They need more guard play out here, and he's coming off the bench. I thought Derek White would maybe take over for Marcus Smart, but you know how great Marcus Smart has been playing. You cannot move this man down to the bench here. So if Derek White's cool coming off the bench here and giving this great production, this is really all we need. Maybe a little bit better, just a tad, but I mean, we'll take this all day. 15.6 rebounds by Derek White off the bench. Yeah, he was a plus 11 on the floor in 28 minutes. We will absolutely take all that. So well done by the Celtics. Their bettability, I mean, folks, it's real high. We can clock it in at maybe 90%. Are we going 9? Let's bump it down to 85 because we still did take the Nuggets plus 6. Weren't able to officially cover the spread last night, but we do know this Nuggets team is pretty gosh dang good. All right, and then for the Nuggets last night, we get Jokic doing his thing, 23 points, 11 assists, 16 rebounds. Aaron Gordon, 17 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. Once again, we really want to see him in 20-plus points every single night. Need him to be a little bit more aggressive. He did take 15 shots, which was the second most, only Jokic, so that's great. These are their two best players. They need to be taking, the majority of the shots here, but we just need Aaron Gordon to put up a little bit more points offensively. That's where they lack a little bit. So still good on Aaron Gordon, but we need to see a little bit more out of him. Then we get Will Barton, 13.6 rebounds. Facundo Campazzo coming off the bench, 14 points. And Bones Highland at the 1, 10 points, no assists, 2 rebounds. So overall, they just need a little bit more help scoring from the role players. But they kept it close, 108-102 loss for the Nuggets last night. All right, then we get the Timberwolves at the Bulls, and the Bulls get the win here. Real solid win here by this Bulls team, winning 134-122 for the Bulls last night. DeMar DeRozan, 35 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Yeah, DeMar DeRozan needs to be mentioned in the MVP discussion, folks. I know Jokic and Joel Embiid are the front runners, the front two, absolutely. But we got to give love to DeMar DeRozan and Pascal Siakam. They've been so gosh dang consistent for their teams, regardless of the situation. DeMar DeRozan losing Lonzo Ball out here for the Bulls, kind of working with Ayo and Kobe White, kind of the second tier guards out here. And then for Siakam, no real bench, and then he can play the 5 or the 2. It doesn't matter. Wherever he's needed on a nightly basis, that's where they can put Siakam, and they're always consistent, and huge reasons why their teams are kind of very good in the league, folks. Bulls, what do we say, the 3rd seed currently at the moment. The Raptors, the 6th seed currently at the moment. So shout out to those two players, folks. I'm not saying that they are the MVP, but I am saying that they need to be at least in the discussion. People need to be talking about them, giving them the respect that they truly deserve. So DeMar DeRozan, a wonderful performance last night. We get Vucevic, 26 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds, doing his thing. Zach LaVine, only 12 points last night on 1 of 6 from the 3, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. We get Ayo back at the 1, 14 points, 10 assists, wonderful. We get Kobe White off the bench, 22 points, 6 rebounds, wonderful. Both of these guards living in harmony and putting up fantastic performances. We will absolutely take it. So that was enough for the Bulls. And let's also shout out to Javonte Green, 23 points as well. Everybody was scoring by the Bulls last night. And then the Timberwolves, here we go, their big 3. Anthony Edwards, 31 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns, 27 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. D'Angelo Russell, 18 points, 3 assists. Other than that, lackluster. We know that's where all of their bulk of scoring comes from. We had Patrick Beverley, 10 points, but on 33% shooting. We had Jaden McDaniels coming off the bench, 9 points, and that was really all they really had. Malik Beasley, 11 points, but on 36% shooting coming off the bench. So once again, that's the downfall on this Timberwolves team. Too dependent on the big 3 offensively, and they obviously didn't have any defense last night, giving up 134 points. So Bulls get the win, 134-122. And then the last game of the night here, this was our face, our fear pick of the day, folks. We were on day 3 last night, and we are now officially 3-4-3 in facing our fear of swallowing big spreads in the NBA. And we had the Jazz minus 13, and they win by 15 last night to the Magic. Jazz get the win, 114-99 for the Jazz last night. Donovan Mitchell, 24 points, 7 rebounds. We had Udoka Azubuike at the 5 here, and we love this man at the starting 5. We truly do. We don't really love Hassan Whiteside ever starting. We love him coming off the bench, but Udoka Azubuike, love him in the starting lineup. 12 points on 100% shooting, 7 rebounds, fantastic. Bojan Bogdanovic in the starting lineup, 1 of 8 from the 3, 7 points overall. We know he's better than that. Luckily, he was able to still get a win on that very, very poor performance of shooting last night. Royce O'Neal, a solid 14 points, but then off the bench here, folks, which we know the Jazz are fantastic. They're deep. Hassan Whiteside, 15 points, 18 rebounds, and Jordan Clarkson, 18 big old points to help out the Jazz last night. And then the Magic letting us down once again here, folks. Really no bettability in this Magic team. How unfortunate. Cole Anthony, 18 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. We had Wendell Carter Jr. led the team in scoring with 22 points, 9 rebounds. Franz Wagner letting us down, 9 points on 37% shooting. Nothing great off the bench here. So the Magic, they had us for a moment, but it's not sustainable. It's not consistent, so no bettability there. Jazz get the win, 114-99. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see what we have on tap today in the NBA. One more day here, folks. Before we can bet on something other than basketball, but we'll be talking about that shortly. So here we go. Let's, man, tons of games on tonight. Let's see where the value is, folks. Here we go. First game up tonight in the NBA, 5 o'clock, Knicks at the Blazers. Blazers +5. Alrighty, this is a new Blazers team here, folks, since they've traded all their pieces. No more McCollum, no more Norman Powell. So we'll see how this Blazers team does truly look and who's going to step up here. But Blazers +5, Knicks -5. Y'all know how we feel about the Knicks, our sponsor. So here we go. For the Knicks, we get Nerlens Noel, a game time decision, and RJ Barrett is out. Man, oh man, they're truly going to be missing him. So Julius Randle going to have to step up again. How many good games does he have in him back to back? He's been on a little bit of a tear by himself, not really resulting in too many wins overall, but he has been putting up the numbers. So we'll see if he can kind of carry the team here. With the Blazers, we get Eric Bledsoe is out, and that is really it, other than the usual suspects. So y'all know how we feel about this Knicks team. Not good on the road. I'm going to see what this Blazers team gives us, folks, and we're going to bet it with our sponsor here, folks. So we are taking the +5 with the Blazers today. Yes, sir. Back to cashing in on our sponsor. All right, then we get the Grizzlies at the Hornets. Hornets on the back-to-back, so we will stay away from it, but we will see. And once again, here we go. Vegas giving this Hornets team no respect. Grizzlies -7, Hornets +7. So Vegas coming to their senses here of not overvaluing this Hornets team. So well done by Vegas, but unfortunately we can't cash in anymore. How unfortunate there. So we're staying away from this one. Grizzlies -7, Hornets +7. We do not bet back-to-backs. All right, next game up here, we get the Spurs at the Pelicans, and the Spurs on the back-to-back. We will stay away from this one. No, thank you. Spurs +6, Pelicans -6. We do like this Pelicans team, so hoping that they can pull it out here, but it is a back-to-back. We stay away from it. Alrighty, then we get the Kings at the Wizards. Alrighty, this new look Kings team, this new look Wizards team. Let's see who's all good to go here. Kings -2.5, Wizards +2.5. For the Kings, we get Maurice Harkless, a game time decision, Trey Lyles, a game time decision, and Dante DiVincenzo with Josh Jackson, also game time decisions. For the Wizards, Kristaps Porzingis not going to be making his debut here tonight. So, Kings -2.5 here, folks. We know this Wizards team, they are just not good. They're too reliant on Kyle Kuzma, and he gives us nothing good. Where we saw a little bit of a spark by this Kings team in their last game, beating the Timberwolves real solid here. So, the Kings, they're not a good team themselves here, but I think they have some upside after the trade deadline. And I know it's kind of crazy to say getting rid of all their good pieces, but I loved how they kind of came out and beat the Timberwolves on Wednesday. With Sabonis, folks, yeah, I'm loving it. I loved it. So, yeah, I'm taking the Kings -2.5 here, folks. Absolutely. I think this Kings team is kind of turning it around, and, we said it on Wednesday when we were breaking it down. I think the Kings, won the trade there. Yeah, they got rid of Tyrese Halliburton, but it resulted into a win. I mean, that's good. Yes, we know Tyrese Halliburton's good, but, if they're able to bring in the Sabonis and everything's working a little bit better, that they're able to cash in on wins, I think that's a trade winner right there. So I'm ready to start buying into this Kings team. I never thought I would say that, ever. I mean, over the last 7 years, I don't think once where I can recall of, oh my God, this is good value with the Kings. But here we are, folks. It's 2022. Yeah, Kings are bettable now. Crazy. But we're taking it, folks. Kings -2.5. All right, then we get the Cavs at the 76ers. 76ers and the Cavs both on back-to-backs. This one should be great to watch. Cavs +3.5 here, 76ers -3.5. So we'll love to see how this Cavs team does, but they are both on back-to-backs. We stay away from it. Then we get the Nuggets at the Raptors. Nuggets on the back-to-back. We'll stay away from this one. We'll see how this Raptors team still continues to progress here. Nuggets +4, Raptors -4. All right, then we get the Nets at the Heat. Nets plus 11, Heat minus 11. You're telling me this Nets team that has no identity, no leadership against this Heat team with identity, dogs, determined, they give 100%, they lock up defensively in the second half of games here, and we're still looking for that big spread to swallow. I think we found it here, folks. Nets plus 11, Heat minus 11. Alrighty, let's see. Is Ben Simmons finally ready to make his Nets debut? We'll see. Here we go. Outs for the Nets. LaMarcus Aldridge out. Seth Curry, a game time decision. We'll see if he makes his debut. Andre Drummond, a game time decision. We'll see if he makes his debut. Ben Simmons still out. Nicholas Claxton still out. It is on the road, so Kyrie Irving can play. And then for the Heat, we get Markieff Morris is still out. PJ Tucker, a game-time decision. Caleb Martin, a game-time decision. Tyler Hero, a game-time decision. So I'm expecting Tyler Hero to play since he missed the last game. Being a game-time decision, I believe he can pull through and go tonight. But, yeah, we're swallowing the 11 here. This is our face the fear bet of the day. Swallowing big spreads here in the NBA. And the Heat minus 11 at home. Betting on our dogs with this Nets team that I don't even think anybody wants to be a part of anymore. I don't think Kyrie wants to be there anymore. I don't think Kevin Durant wants to be there anymore. I know what they're saying on social media. They're ready to rock with Ben Simmons. Okay, yeah, we get it. But I don't think they want to be there anymore. Kyrie Irving not being able to play home games, that's still rubbing people the wrong way. Ben Simmons, I don't think it's going to work out here. And this Heat team where they don't flinch and they've got their identity and they've got their leadership. Yes, sir. Minus 11. We'll swallow that all day. Yes, sir. That's fantastic. Alrighty, here we go. 4 more games. Here we go. We get the Thunder at the Bulls. Thunder on the back-to-back. Bulls on the back-to-back. We stay away from this one. Then we get the Lakers at the Warriors. Lakers plus 7, Warriors minus 7. Now, this Warriors team has truly been skidding these last 2 games, losing 2 straight and kind of really bad. Really bad. They just lost to the Knicks. That tells you how bad this 2-game skid is. This is on primetime television, folks. 8:40 on ABC. The King versus Curry. The King versus the Splash Brothers, folks. Y'all can write the narratives, the stories yourselves. LeBron, a game time decision. I'm sure he plays. It's ABC. It's Warriors. You gotta get out there on the floor, any means necessary. Russell Westbrook, a game time decision, and this is probably just up to Frank Vogel. Does he go or not? You got to play Russell Westbrook. It's starting to get a little disrespectful. Anthony Davis, also a game time decision, classic. I'm sure he goes as well. But there's no bettability on this Lakers team, folks. This team is really bad. With the Warriors, everybody's good to go besides Draymond Green. He is still out, but I'm not ready to swallow 7 here. The spread, nothing good either way, so we're staying away from it. Should be a great watch, though, and we'll see if this Lakers team can try to look competitive for once. We'll see. All right, then we get the Clippers at the Mavericks. Clippers plus 7, Mavericks minus 7. This is on a back-to-back series, so we stay away from that as well. Back-to-back nights and back-to-back series. Clippers and the Mavericks just played their last game on Thursday, and they haven't played anybody since then. They're playing again here Saturday. So, no thank you. We stay away from that. And then the last game of the night here, we get the Magic at the Suns. Magic on the back-to-back. Staying away from this one. And this spread is big old big, folks. We talk about facing our fears. This would have been one of them, but we have a little bit of an out. We don't bet back-to-back, so sorry, fear, and we've already got our kind of fear pick of the day, so don't need to overextend facing our fears, absolutely. Don't need to be breaking rules and all that. So Magic plus 16. Magic plus 16, geez Louise. Magic plus 16, Suns minus 16, definitely staying away from this one. Magic letting us down. No good value in even 16 points. How crazy. So yeah, we found some value here. A lot of games here, but had to stay away from most of them because of back-to-backs. But we were able to still find some great value tonight. Blazers plus 5, Kings minus 2.5. Maybe the best bet of the night, folks. I think I'm gonna put that out there. Best bet of the night, Kings minus 2.5, and then the Heat minus 11 for our face our fear swallowing big spread pick of the night. Alrighty, that is all the NBA we had to go over for today. So now let's shift gears to the NFL and start focusing in on the game. The game, folks, you know what game I'm talking about. It's the game, the Super Bowl, folks. Super Bowl 56 featuring Rams at Bengals at Rams. Bengals got to be the home team because it is in LA, so it is officially Rams at Bengals at Rams for the Super Bowl. But before we get into that, folks, and I know I've told you, before we get into that, let's do the NBA. I get it. But this came across my Twitter feed real late while we were doing our show prep, so I wasn't able to fully investigate it, but I want to kind of see what the hell is going on here, because Colin Cowherd tweets out, and he says this all the time, rumors get out when somebody wants them out, and I truly agree with that. This is something that he truly sticks to, and I kind of have been seeing it, as I've just kind of been listening to Colin Cowherd growing up and kind of seeing what he says compared to what actually happens. Like, this is something that I can kind of live by a little bit. Rumors get out when somebody wants them out. I mean, when people don't want information to be leaked, it doesn't leak. So when somebody has something to gain from something kind of spilling out, leaking out, that is truly what happens. So he says rumors get out when someone wants them out. The why is the journalism, not the rumor. And then he says hashtag Mcveigh. So what is going on with Mcveigh? Sean Mcveigh, head coach for the Rams here. One day before the Super Bowl, something coming out? So let me see if I can quickly investigate this. I didn't really see anything pop up on my Twitter feed, so we may have to kind of, play around with Twitter here, searching Sean Mcveigh to see what this rumor is. And just kind of looking at some of the comments under here, it's seeming like Sean McVay may retire after the Super Bowl and be in the broadcast booth or do some sort of kind of, what were they saying? What were they saying here? Can somebody tell me what he is referring to? And then somebody said it right underneath it. People saying McVay will retire and become an announcer in the booth. And that seems real crazy. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Sean McVay kind of being hailed as one of the smartest head coaches of all time, coming from that big Washington coaching tree. But maybe that has something to do with it. I mean, we know Washington is going through scandal after scandal after scandal. Is Sean McVay kind of trying to be like, well, I can't be a head coach. Let me see if I can get in the broadcast booth to kind of soften the pressure a little bit of what is going to come out. And I'm not saying he's kind of attached to Washington, but he was in Washington during those scandal years. I mean, really every single year in Washington there was some scandal, just because it didn't come out. I mean, what we've heard so far, I'm sure there's more. Let's see. I'm not seeing really anything else here, so let me kind of search the old Twitter to see if there's any rumors. Sean McVay, what the hell is going on with this? McVay. I mean, he's on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl, doing it the way he wanted. I mean, what more what do you want? Is he just going to kind of do one, say, hey, I proved it, and then get out of there? That's some swag shit. I would respect the heck out of him if he could do that. I mean, we always talk about everybody kind of overstaying their welcome, and everybody says all the time, oh my god, why do people, you've got $1 billion, why do you keep working? I mean, if you gave me $1 billion, I would just kind of retire and you would never hear from me again. We always get kind of people saying this, and you never know what you would do in that situation until you are in that situation. So it's just kind of weird that Sean Mcveigh would be like, hey, I'm gonna be out of here. So let's see what we get here. From 15 hours ago, blue checkmark on Twitter, what does he say? What started as a joke turned into a serious and introspective look from Rams coach Sean McVay into his future on Friday. A response made all the more interesting in light of persistent rumors about a potential move to TV. Here's what he said. Yeah, let's see what this man is saying. Let me get his quote. What do we got from Sean McVay? Here we go. We got a quote here. Let's read the lead up. Moments after answering a question by saying, quote, he won't make it if he's coaching until he's 60, McVay was asked why he didn't think he would be why that would be the case. Mcveigh, 36, stated his response by saying he was joking, but then gave a roughly 90-second answer on the other things he wants to pursue in life, saying, quote, "I love this so much that it's such a passion, but I also know that what I've seen from some of my closest friends, whether it's coaches or even some of our players, I'm going to be married this summer. I want to have a family. I think being able to find that balance, but also be able to give the time necessary." Also saying, quote, "I have always had a dream about being able to be a father, and I can't predict the future, you know. I jokingly say that. I don't really know. I know I love football, and I'm so invested in this thing, and I'm in the moment right now, but at some point, too, if you said, what do you want to be able to do? I want to be able to have a family, and I want to be able to spend time with them." So that's seeming like it's getting everybody. The family. Everybody wants a family. Everybody wants a wife. Everybody wants a kid. I mean, can we chase greatness? I mean, we're at the pinnacle of competition, folks. The NFL, there's really nothing better. We know the NFL is king over the NBA, folks, and that's just speaking to data and viewership and all that. Any NFL game dominates any NBA game, even the finals, all that. No disrespect to the NBA. We love the NBA. We talk about the NBA. We bet on the NBA. We cash out on the NBA. We love the NBA. But the NFL is kind of king. This is kind of the big, at least in America, obviously. Soccer overall, worldly, is bigger than the NFL, I would say. But overall in America, I mean, the NFL is king. This is king, folks. You don't get any higher, really, than the NFL. So we get Tom Brady, kind of retiring early when he's putting up GOAT numbers that he's never put up before. Year 18, 44 years old, wildness. He decides to retire because, I want family. I want to spend time with the kids. And Sean McVay, he doesn't have any kids, but when this man has a kid, he's going to be like a great father, folks. I mean, he treats like every quarterback like it's his kid, and we see how much of a great relationship grown men are having at the quarterback position with Sean McVay. Sean McVay gets a kid, that's going to be one of the luckiest kids ever, folks. That's gonna be something great. So Sean McVay wanting a family here, folks. That's probably where this is stemming from. So, I doubt it until he gets the kid. I think he can kind of put the wife off a little bit for the coach. But once that kid comes, Sean McVay is truly going to put all of his time into that kid. Absolutely. This guy says a lot of respect for Sean McVay pondering retirement and a chill life at home by age 37, because that's also my 3-year plan. So, saying it and doing it are two different things. Once again, everyone says, hey, you've got you've got $200 million. Why are you working? Why are you working? Why are these CEOs that are worth billions of dollars? Why are they still working? Is $1 billion that much more than what you have? Does that make it all worth it? And they're still working. So obviously, yeah, money's truly worth it. So we'll see when the time comes to make this decision if Sean McVay truly can hang it up, or if the coaching call is always going to be there and he can never kind of quite hang it up. So we'll see how it goes. I love Sean McVay. When we talk about coaching, folks, this is really what we want to see. This is what we preach on, what we want to see. Almost kind of every attribute that Sean McVay has, from the leadership to treating everybody fantastic to taking kind of insight from everybody, from just kind of being that great leader and a player's coach and leading by example and not kind of harping, not doing what Urban Meyer does, hounding people. I will never get over that, folks. I know I use this as an example for everything, but it's just so crazy. That's why we use it. Sean McVay is not like Urban Meyer hounding everybody for their credentials. What have you done? Do you even know winning? I'm a winner. You are all losers. You need to look up to me. That's such a wild way to go about coaching. I cannot even believe that he ever got a head coaching job before. But Sean McVay, he's everything we love in a coach. And if he retires a little bit early, I'd be a little devastated. I'm not going to lie. If he retires, wins the Super Bowl and retires, I would respect it. That's some G-ass shit right there. Absolutely. When you go out at the highest point, like what Tom Brady just did, that's some boss-ass shit. I hate it from a fan perspective, from somebody that loves sports, from somebody that loves watching Tom Brady every single week. I hate it, but I respect the hell out of it. Absolutely. And if Sean McVay does the same thing, wins the Super Bowl this season, kind of goes to the press conference and be like, I told y'all, I know what I'm doing here. I just couldn't do it with Jared Goff. I told y'all this. Y'all never believe me, so I'm out. Drops the mic, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl win, doing it his way, confident in himself and everything that he knows to be true, confident in all that, goes off on top, never hear from him, has that family that he wants, and always leaving us to say every single year, man, I miss Sean McVay, and yeah, Sean McVay maybe could have rivaled Bill Belichick for greatest coach of all time, 30 years down the road, but we never get that because he retired at 36. So, I wouldn't say that he retires. Once we're talking about babies, once we're talking about kids, I think then we could probably put a little bit more focus on that he retires. But until he gets his wife pregnant, I don't think we're going to put too much weight into Sean McVay retiring from coaching. But we will see how all this plays out. And I'm a little upset right now that this may be Sean McVay's final time coaching tomorrow. I don't know if I want to see that. I need to see more Sean McVay. I absolutely love this dude as a coach, and I respect the hell out of him. Alrighty, so that's just one thing I wanted to touch on quickly, folks. Kind of caught me off guard today. Alrighty, so now let's truly get down to it, folks. Let's start talking what we can bet in the Super Bowl. We're not going to make our official pick yet. We will save that for last. Our official pick in the prop bet that you won't be able to bet. I guarantee you won't be able to bet this on any book site. But making a friendly wager at a Super Bowl party, you will be able to cash out, folks. Absolutely. So let's check in on the line again, and then we will talk about props and see where great value is, what we can kind of cash in on, and all of that. So here we go. The line is still at Bengals +4. Took a little bit of a dip this week from going to 4.5 to 4. Then it went back up to 4.5, and it's back down to 4, and it's been at 4 for the last couple of days here. So no real big movement in the line. Money kind of spread evenly all throughout, but I'm confident in one of these numbers, folks, and I'm ready to cash in. Are y'all ready to cash in? Because we're going to be on the right side. I can guarantee it. I'm feeling so confident about our official spread pick. But before we get into all that, folks, let's talk about some props. So let's just go through. We'll see what they've got here, folks. I'm sure there's tons of them. And let's see if we can find any great value on how we can all cash in on Super Bowl Sunday, the final NFL game of the year, the biggest NFL game of the year. So let's start here with Super Bowl specials. What do you got for us, DraftKings? And we are using DraftKings, so, if there's something on FanDuel, I'm sorry, folks, blah, blah, blah. We use DraftKings. I like DraftKings interface. They win us over on the interface. User interface rules over everything, folks. I have a little bit of a computer background. I went to college for computers. No big deal. Not bragging. But user interface, that is king. That is key. I would live and die by that. And DraftKings, they've got the best user interface of any sportsbook that I've seen. So DraftKings gets our business. You are welcome, DraftKings. Sponsor us, please. That'd be fantastic. Alrighty, so here we go. Super Bowl specials. What do you got for us? Coin toss outcome. Damn. Isn't that one? Here we go. I think we did this last year, and I think we got it wrong, but we will do our official live coin toss right here. Whatever it lands on, that's what we will be betting. I think last year we got it wrong, so hopefully I flip it right this time. So they're right. They're even. Heads -105. Tails -105. Truly 50-50-50. This might be the best odds to kind of bet on because you got a 50-50 chance. Heads or tails. That's all it is. It's like, what's the best casino table game you can play? Is it, I think it's blackjack, right? You've got the best odds to win. Is that correct? There's one table game at a casino where that's where you should, if you don't know anything about betting, that's where you go because you got the best overall odds to win. So if you're looking, dip your toe in the water of betting, you want a little bit of a secure bet where the odds are pretty good. And, this is, basic money line stuff, -105. So this is just classic kind of, double your money. You bet 50. Let's just kind of do something right here. You bet 50. I think you win like 45, 47. Yeah, you win 47-61. So, I mean, you're basically doubling your money here. So, solid, solid, absolutely. So, here we go. Coin toss outcome. Let's see. We got our traditional quarter. I think this is the same one we flipped last year, folks. I got my lucky quarter that I keep around the studio just in case we need to flip anything. And here we are, coming in handy. So, here we go. Our official Super Bowl 56 coin flip. Whatever we get here today, we are going to bet and officially endorse. So here we go. We got a heads, we got a tails, folks. What do we got? We're going to, well, let's do it like they do it. They just let it hit the ground. So here we go. We're not going to catch and flip. They let it just hit the ground. We're just going to let it hit the ground. So here we go, folks. The flip. It's heads. It landed on my chair. Does that count as interference? It didn't bounce off the chair onto the floor, but it did come up heads. So I'm going to count this as an official rule. It did not hit anything and bounce. It stuck on the lip of the chair. So I'm going to count that, folks, as a... No. We're just going to let it hit the floor. That's all right. Here we go. But then we ruined it because now it's already second chance. We got to go heads. It landed at heads. A clean land. No other interference. Landed at head. So we will go heads as the official coin toss outcome here. Let's see what we get. Let's see if we toss this one more time. Let it actually go on the ground. If it comes up heads, we'll double down on heads. If it comes up tails, I think we're screwed. But here we go. We're going to flip again and let it hit the ground. Actually, let me flip it like this. They flip it like this. They go like this. I like to flip with the thumb and the index finger. The classic flip, if you will. But they flip it like this. They're taught to do that. Okay. Here we go. Came up heads. Oh, we're doubling down on the heads, baby. Heads. Hammer the head. Oh, baby, we're making a little bit of money. Alrighty. First prop bet. It came up heads twice, folks. What are the odds that heads come up twice, folks? That's absolutely preposterous. Woo, heads, baby. Bet the house on heads. Absolutely love it. We are off rolling, folks. I am loving it. So, first prop bet down, folks. Take heads. All right, the coin toss winner, Bengals or the Rams. Well, we're not going to get kind of too cocky here. We just know it's going to be heads. I don't care who calls heads or who doesn't call heads. I just know it's going to be heads. So we're not taking coin toss winner. No, thank you. Jersey number of first touchdown score. Oh, my God. See, this is crazy. Man, oh, man. The Super Bowl, betting on everything, pulling out all the stops here. Wow. Jersey number of first touchdown score under 23.5 is at -140. Over 23.5 is at +110. Man, oh man, what do we got? What are these jerseys numbers? What is OBJ? What is Jamar Chase's one? What is OBJ? OBJ jersey. Cooper Kupp is 10. Is OBJ still 13? Oh, he's 3 with the Rams. So we got 3, we got 1, we got 10 for all kind of the big names. If we're talking tight end, CJ Uzomah, Tyler Higbee, we're kind of going way over. What's Joe Mixon? Is it Joe Mixon 23? Is that why they did the 23.5? Because that's pretty gosh dang smart. Joe Mixon, what do we got here? Jersey number 28. Oh, no. What do we got with Cam Akers? Is Cam Akers 23? We would love both running backs to kind of be lower numbers, obviously. Oh, Cam Akers is 23. Wow. What is Sony Michel? Is Sony Michel... What the hell is Sony Michel? He may be 40-something, actually. What do we got with Sony Michel? 25. Oh, my God. So, wide receivers, we love it for the under. Sony Michel, Joe Mixon are the over, but Cam Akers is the under. Wow, they are playing hardball here, but I'm going to go under 23. Ooh, man, the running back, so slowing down the game, all like that. Plus, with the over 23, we get better value. So 2 out of the 3 running backs that could potentially be scoring out here are over that 23.5 jersey number. Plus, we get the tight ends in the red zone. You know what I mean? Just easy peasy. Man, or do we get the big play? Do we get the 45-yard run after catch touchdown by Cooper Kupp or Jamar Chase 101 50 yards on the field? Ooh. I'm going to go over, folks. I'm going to play the odds here. I'm going to go over 23.5 because I'm expecting a rushing touchdown from either Joe Mixon or Sony Michel. If Cam Akers gets it, it screws us, but I'll go for the 2 running backs over the 1, play the odds, and we get better value overall. We'll take the risk on some better overall value odds at plus 110 of over 23.5. But if you're loving Cooper Kupp or Jamar Chase or OBJ to score the first touchdown, under 23 is your choice. But I think slowing down the game, red zone defenses are truly going to tighten up. So you're going to have to kind of go to your tight end or just kind of keep running it from the 5 inward to try to get that touchdown. I'm going with over 23.5, and I'd even kind of call it Joe Mixon first touchdown score. That's what I'm going to kind of put, folks. I know that's definitely going to be a prop, first touchdown score. I think I may double down and do Joe Mixon, Rams, slowing down the game a little bit, letting Joe Burrow get into the ends or kind of play between the 20s, sling it around. But once they kind of tighten up, go to the run game, try to chew out the clock. And we've seen, kind of lower scoring touchdown or lower scoring Super Bowls, I want to say. Let's quickly see what we get here. Just let's take like the last 3 to 5 seasons, last 3 to 5 years of what the overall score of the Super Bowl has been. I think they're usually lower scoring. So here we go. Last season Super Bowl, Chiefs and Bucks. We get 31-9. So yeah, Chiefs weren't scoring all game long. Really, they could not score. Lower scoring game, only 40. What do we got the spread at for this game? Here we go. Spread line is at 48. Wow. So yeah, last year truly under that. So yeah, lower scoring games, eating up the clock, running the ball. So that was last season. Then we go to 2019. We get the Chiefs 49ers. This one was a little bit more of scoring, 51 points in total. 2018, we got 13-3, Patriots, Rams. Last time Rams were in the Super Bowl, only put up 3 points. Different at the quarterback, so we obviously know that could definitely not be the case. Then we get 41-33 in 2017, Eagles, Patriots. 2016, this will be the last year. We get the comeback from the Patriots, winning 34-28. So, alrighty, we've seen kind of 2 out of the last 5. 2016, last 6, 5, however many that officially is. About 2 out of those are lower scoring games. So maybe we should expect a higher scoring game, and maybe we should not be taking the over 23.5. But I'm still liking Joe Mixon. I think Joe Mixon, he gets into the end zone first. I think I'm going to bet on that, folks. I'm feeling good about that. It's just something that's calling me. Joe Mixon, he's going to get it done. I think running game. Both these teams, we know they've both got great defenses, and they both got high-powered offenses. So you kind of do the opposite, right? Slow down the game a little bit. So over 23.5. is going to be the jersey number of the first touchdown score or any kind of pick sixes. That could help us out a little bit too, so I'll take that. Hang on. Oh, yeah, first touchdown. If it was first score, then we would have had to check the kickers, but it is jersey number of first touchdown scores. We're going to go some running backs out here. Hopefully it is not Cam Akers, because that would screw us because he's 23, and we need 23.5, and they don't got decimals on the jerseys. We may have to glue one on for this game alone, but I don't know if we can get onto the field to do that. Alrighty, will the Bengals win and the coin toss? Will win the coin toss and win the game? Well, we can't do anything with winning the game here, folks, because we're coming at you with our official pick. And I don't know, am I even choosing the winner? I'm not choosing the winner, folks. I'm taking the spread. So I kind of told you, who I'm choosing because of that, but I'm choosing the spread. I'm not going straight up winner. I'm going with the spread, folks. Who cares who wins, right? It's about the spread. You cover the spread. That truly means if you're a champion, if you cover the spread. All right, so will Bengals win the coin toss and win the game? We're staying away from that. Will the Rams win the coin toss and win the game? Will there be an octopus? The hell is that? Will there be an octopus? The hell does that even mean? Will there be an octopus? Yes, is that plus 1,200? No, is that minus 2,000? Will there be an octopus? Where are you getting an octopus from? Octopus? What the hell is this? Octopus football. Let me see. Yeah, Octopus Super Bowl bet. What the hell is this? 5 fun Super Bowl prop bets. What the hell is an octopus? I know they throw octopuses on the hockey rink sometimes. They get crazy there. What are we talking about with an octopus on the field? I do not even know what that means. Will there be an octopus? Perhaps the most fun-sounding prop bet available this year. Absolutely. Sadly, there likely will be no physical octopus on the football field. An octopus is a stat and or occurrence during an NFL game when a player scores a touchdown and the ensuing 2-point conversion. Oh, according to the Action Network, there have just been 169 octopi in NFL history since the 2-point conversion was introduced in 1994. Alrighty, octopus. Alrighty. So, guy scores a touchdown and then the ensuing 2-point conversion. That is an octopus, and we are going to stay away from that. That's it's some solid value, a fun bet. You put $10 on this one, you win 130. So, that's what we're kind of doing here. Just kind of fun things to kind of, the odds aren't great that they happen. They're great that you make money. So you put $5-10 on, and that's what, prop bets are kind of for, especially with the Super Bowl, having kind of like 2,000 and, having, the ability to kind of bet for your phone, bet live, and, with the party, the intoxicating kind of atmosphere of kind of celebrating wins, seeing everybody else kind of hit bets, and you want to do that as well. And, so an octopus, we're not officially going to take that, but that's definitely an interesting one where you can make some money if you think it's going to happen, only putting $5-10 on it. So we're not going to officially take that or endorse it, but it is kind of, it's cool. It's cool. It's fun. It's octopi, folks. It's saying, hey, will there be an octopus? Once again, everybody wants to kind of be funny. Everybody wants to be cool. Everybody wants to be first. Hey, you hear about that prop bet octopus? You think there's going to be an octopus? And everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about? Will there be an octopus out on the field? And be like, no, it's not octopuses. It's, hey, the player that scores a touchdown, they score the ensuing 2-point conversion, and then you're the smartest man at the party, and you're the brilliant man at the party if you bet on it and it actually happened. You'd be like, oh yeah, of course I knew there'd be an octopus in this game. I bet $10 on it. What are you, crazy? I bet my house on it. That's how sure I was. I bet $100,000 about there being an octopus in the Super Bowl, and y'all thought I was crazy. Well, here I am cashing out. What does $100,000 pay on that? We talking 12 million? We talking 12 cool mil? Oh my goodness. If you put $10,000, folks, we're talking about $130K. $100,000 is 1.3 million. Holy moly. But we're not betting on octopuses in the NFL. Alrighty, what else do we got here? All right, player specials. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Both teams to score 20-plus points. Cooper Kupp, 100-plus receiving yards and a touchdown. Jamar Chase, 80. Oh, my God, that's way too convoluted. I'm staying away from this. Oh, my God, these player specials. We need both teams to score 20 points. Cooper Kupp, 100 yards. Jamar Chase, 80 yards. And we also need Cooper Kupp to score a touchdown, and that's only plus 400. That's not a lot of odds right there. That doesn't seem good value to me. Both teams scored 25 points. Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford, 250 passing yards each. That's at plus 450. Now, I kind of like that one better. Yeah, we just need the quarterbacks to go off 250. They're fantastic. They can do that. Both these quarterbacks did that in the championship game, so no problem there. And both teams scored 25-plus points. I mean, we've seen literally higher scoring Super Bowls, more higher scoring Super Bowls in the last 5 seasons than lower scoring Super Bowls. So if we're taking a big bet right there, I would take this one. I'm not going to officially endorse this just quite yet. I do like the value, but let's just kind of keep this one on our bet slip to kind of revisit at the end. Cam Akers to score the first touchdown and Joe Mixon to score the second touchdown. Holy cow. So, we talked about running backs slowing down the games. That's at plus 5,500. That's crazy good odds if you think the running backs are going to take over. But it's real tough to call. We're calling the exact first touchdown score and the exact second touchdown score. I think we're just cool with getting the first touchdown score. All right, we get Cam Akers to score the first touchdown and to score the second touchdown of the game, and we're betting on Joe Mixon to get the first touchdown of the game, which his number is 28. That's why we're betting the over 23.5. So we're not doing anything with Cam Akers or any wide receiver scoring the first touchdown of the game. We're staying away from those. All right, we get Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase, 1+ receiving touchdown each. Joe Mixon and Cam Akers, 1 rushing touchdown each. That's at plus 1,400. Once again, all the great players getting into the mix here. Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, Cam Akers, Joe Mixon, each scoring a touchdown themselves. And we've seen these teams utilize their great players in kind of the big games, the championship games. Jamar Chase getting involved last week against the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. We got Cooper Kupp getting involved against the 49ers 2 weeks ago. So, I'm going to stay away from this one. But, if you like all the playmakers to score, absolutely. All right, what else do we get to here? Let's try to. I don't know if I want like 4 things to happen on one prop bet. I get that the odds are favorable to make money, but I mean I don't know. I don't know if I want to kind of be checking off lists while I'm watching the Super Bowl. So I think we're truly kind of focusing on like one single prop bets, maybe double if it's kind of if it's right. But when we're doing, hey, we need 4 touchdowns scored, and this is how it has to happen. We can't even have the running backs having receiving touchdowns. They need to have rushing touchdowns. I don't know if that's great value overall, so we'll stay away from those. So let's get to a little bit of better ones. Here we go. Cooper Kupp to be the only touchdown scorer for the Rams. Now that could definitely happen. Absolutely. They love to go to Cooper Kupp, and I believe he had 2 touchdowns in one game in this postseason. Not really remembering what game that was, but we know that they love to go to Cooper Kupp. Absolutely. All right, Cooper Kupp to have 50-plus yards and a touchdown reception. Now that, have a 50-plus yard touchdown reception. All right, I was about to say, I only need 50 yards by Cooper Kupp and a touchdown. I would take those, but a 50-plus touchdown yard reception, plus 400, solid. Nah, solid. What else do we get here? Alrighty. Either Joe Mixon or Cam Akers to have over 99.5 rushing yards. That's at plus 150. I wish that value was a little bit more. If it was at maybe like 350, I would count that as great value and take it. At only plus 150, I don't know if that's a solid prop bet I want to kind of, bet on. I want something a little bit more juicier than that. That's kind of what we're looking for. We don't want too juicy where we have to have 5 people score touchdowns, specific ways, but I want a little bit more juicier than just, 140, plus 140. All right, this is what we're looking for, folks. That's why we're combing through all these bets here. Want something juicy. Where's the juicy here? Jamar Chase or Cooper Kupp to score a 50-yard touchdown reception. There you go. Better odds there. And it's at plus 225. That's solid. Now we're getting more towards the juicy. Our sniffer's going off on where that juicy is gushing from, right? What do we got? We got Jamar Chase to score the first touchdown and to score the second touchdown. Man, oh man, that's tough. I won't bet that. I won't bet any player scoring the first and second touchdown. I don't think that's great value at all. I know it can happen. Obviously, it can happen, but I don't know if that's what we're looking for. That's not the juicy. That's a little bit wild juicy. That's the juicy you stay away from. Alrighty. What else do we get here? Going down, Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow, 1+ passing touchdown each. Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow, 1 rushing touchdown each. And we know Joe Burrow's got no wheels at all. So that man, neither is Matthew Stafford. So if they're rushing for touchdowns, they have to get on kind of the, inside the 5, 3rd and goal, trick play, defense caught off guard. But man, oh man. I do love the odds though, honestly. I do love the odds here at plus 10,000. So you bet $10, you win $1,000. I think this is great value. This is the juicy we love right here because they only need 1 passing touchdown each. That's easy peasy. That's probably going to happen. And then you get, the Philly specials in the red zone. Oh my God, second down, 2nd and goal, 1st and goal. Nothing's working. Nothing's open. 3rd and goal. Hey, let's get a little tricky. Let's kind of motion. And then let's have a quarterback keeper diving to the pylon while everything is kind of locked up because you're in man coverage and there's no QB spy. So overall value wise, I love the value at plus 10,000. That's like the highest odds go to, folks. 10,000. You don't get any higher than that. So only $10 to win $1,000. I mean, that's the juicy we love. That's exactly what we're taking. Plus 10,000 odds, something that can happen. I need 4 touchdowns, and I know that I need them specific ways, but I get the quarterback doing it. So I'm loving it, folks. I think that's fantastic. $10,000 or $1,000 on a $10 bet. Man, oh man, you put $100,000 on this. You put your house on this, $100,000, and we're talking 11 million. Hang on, I typed it wrong. 100,000. $10 million. $10 million. Holy cow. I think we'll just stick with the $10, I think. Alrighty, I love that prop bet. Yes, sir. All right, what else do we get here to round out this category? Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, 250 yards passing each. Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, 75 yards reception each. And Joe Mixon and Cam Akers, 55 yards from scrimmage each. I love this as well. I know this seems convoluted, but you're kind of knocking off two birds with one stone on all these. So Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, only 75. I think those yards are fantastic. And then Joe Mixon, Cam Akers being 55 yards from scrimmage, not just rushing yards. I can have them catching the ball and all that. At plus 300, I love that as well. Yes, that's a good prop bet. 10 to win 30, I'll take that. 10 to win 40, you get your $10 back. All right, now we're finding some good things. I kind of like that. Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, 300 passing yards. Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, 2 passing touchdowns each. Solid there. OBJ and T. Higgins both have 30-plus reception yards. Hang on, what? OBJ and T. Higgins both to have 30-plus yards? Yes, at plus 550? Oh, my God. That's fantastic value. I'm getting rid of it. I'm actually taking off of, this is too much. Too much. See, that's too much. It's too convoluted for only plus 300, 350, and I get OBJ and T. Higgins both only having 30-plus reception yards for plus 550? How many games has T. Higgins had 30-plus reception yards? I want to say, like, 80%. Am I bugging on that number? Let's quickly see what we got here. That's fantastic value, plus 500. Oh, my gosh. That's the juicy we're loving right there. Man, oh, man. T. Higgins, what do we got receiving yards? We're counting the games. What do we need again? 40? Is that the number? 30. Oh, my God. OBJ can do that. OBJ just had like 90 last game. Of course, he'll do that in the Super Bowl. What are you, crazy? Here we go. T. Higgins this season, over 30. We're counting the games. We get game 1 to game 17. Here we go. 58, 60, 32, 44, 92, 97, 78, 15. No. 114. Okay, I typed in the wrong. T. Higgins. T. Higgins. Yes, I've got the right guy. That's not the tight end. It's T. Higgins. What? Are you kidding me? That's a prop bet? OBJ and T. Higgins to have over 30-yard reception? Oh, to have see, that's why we have to read it right. We have to read it right. I'm sorry. Both to have a 30-plus yard reception. See, these prop bets, they're so specific, and I'm just assuming. Shame on me. I'm getting rid of this one. No, I thought it's not what we thought. Oh, my God, 30 yards each overall. Man, oh, man, that's a home run. Alrighty, it's raining in. We're getting a little out of control, looking for the juicy. Let's move our minds, man, oh man, our eyes. We've got dyslexia of entire words. Jeez. All right, taking a deep breath. Here we go. Back on track here. All right, let's read these right this time so we don't get false value. All right, what else do we get here? OBJ to score the first touchdown and the second touchdown. Staying away from that. All righty, what do we got in our next category? Super Bowl squares, any quarter. So, squares, obviously, y'all know how squares go. I'm not going to bet on squares here. I've got squares otherwhere, so I'm not going to be betting on squares here. Any good value? What's this one? 0-0 at any point at plus 285. Solid value there. You get it all quarters, too. That's pretty good. I wonder if you can hit more than once on these. Probably not. What else do we got? What's the best value? 2-2? How do we get twos? 22, 12, 2. Can't do 2. 2-2. Any quarter for the Bengals and the Rams is at plus 8,000 odds. So staying away from these, but 0-0 at plus 285. I mean, that's some solid value overall, I would say. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, what else do we get here? Going to player matchups is the next category of prop bets. We got anything good here? Most passing yards, match bet, Super Bowl 56, Matthew Stafford versus Joe Burrow. So who gets the most passing yards? Joe Burrow's the underdog at plus 100. Wants some better value. Plus 100 is not doing anything for me. We're doing like $10 bets. I want kind of like plus 300 up, but solid overall can happen. That's the juicy we're looking for. So what else do we got here? These are all just a little bit light. Most rushing yards, Matthew Stafford or Joe Burrow. Matthew Stafford, wow. Matthew Stafford at plus 260? Matthew Stafford's a better runner than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow can't even get outside the pocket. So, yeah, give me plus 260 by Matthew Stafford out rushing yard total. Joe Burrow at plus 260? Yeah, Matthew Stafford's got some more wheels than Joe Burrow does. Absolutely. I'm taking Matthew Stafford plus 260, more rushing yards than Joe Burrow. But we both need him to rush because of that touchdown. So we both need these guys to take off running. Alrighty, what else do we get here? We're moving on to game specials. Next prop bet category. All right, what else do we get? All right, any offensive lineman to score a touchdown in Super Bowl 56? Well, we know, trick plays, the Philly special. We can get that in the Super Bowl. We get Sean Mcveigh trying to kind of go outside the box thinking, big brain IQ, potentially something with the Rams, potentially something with their center that's been there. Who is it? Wentworth, that's been there literally his entire year playing like he's like 40 now, like high 30s. So trying to get maybe him something, maybe give him a touchdown, something like that. So at plus 2,200 odds, that's pretty solid value. We won't officially take it, but if you like that, I think I'd give it that extra nudge of y'all to take that. $10 to win 220. That's solid right there. We can definitely see it. We've seen Philly special trick plays before. Just have to have the offensive line catch it. All right, anything else good here? Any quarterback to have 4 or more passing touchdowns at only plus 400. I think that's a little bit. I don't know if the odds match what we need. The stakes match the. Well, how do I want to classify this? The stakes, the odds match the needed. What do we mean needed? I don't want to use the word needed. I didn't want another word. But let's keep going here. Do the odds outweigh the risk? The odds outweigh the risk? Yeah, I guess that's how we'll classify it. All right. Any team to successfully recover an onside kick at plus 2,200. Any team to kick a game-winning walk-off field goal at the end of regular time. Well, given how every single playoff game has kind of came down to, plus 500 has some solid odds right there for a walk-off field goal in regular time. And you don't even need them to make it. Any team to kick a game-winning walk-off field goal at the end of regular time. So I don't know if they implied the winning there, but I would kind of argue semantics if I lost this bet because the kicker lost it. I think I would write an email. I think I would call up a customer service hotline and be like, no. You said any team to kick, not to make the kick, just to kick it. So plus 500, all I need is a kick. Regardless of make or miss, I just need the kick at plus 500. I'm going to keep this one in our slip. I don't know if we'll officially endorse it quite yet, but I think I like it a little bit. All right, fewer points scored by one team in a Super Bowl. Under or over 19, no great odds there. All right, any player to have 175 plus receiving yards. Jeez Louise, at plus 400. Any player to rush for plus 200 yards. Yeah, geez Louise. Quarter of first touchdown. If it goes to the second quarter, you get plus 275. Third quarter, plus 2,000. I think we'll have a pretty early touchdown score, especially with these offenses. Will the winning margin be exactly 3 points, plus 400? Will the winning margin be exactly 7 points, plus 650? I like this. See, I like this because will the winning margin be exactly by 7 points at plus 650? I think that's solid odds there, especially given the spread line of what Vegas put it at, plus 4.5. So they're expecting, hey, it's not really going to be a 3-point game here. That's why they put it at 4. They're kind of saying, hey, it's going to be like a 7-point game. We said that yesterday. So I love this prop. Will the winning margin be exactly by 7 points at plus 650? That's some solid juiciness with the overall what we need. So I like it, folks. I think that's solid value right there. All right, first play special. First offensive play of the game. Rusher the pass. We get pass at plus 10. No great overall there. All right, game totals. Number of Bengals to have a pass reception over 6.5. Once again, we're just basically on the minus 120, plus 100 side. That's not really what we're looking for. We want some juiciness in our odds. We want to make a little bit of money, not just 10 to win 10. Like, that's good, but we want 10 to win 50, 10 to win 40, something along those lines. All right. So those were all the Super Bowl specials that DraftKings is offering. Now let's go to touchdown scores. Anytime touchdown score, we want Joe Mixon. Well, we want Joe Mixon to be first touchdown score. So let's get that out of the way. Joe Mixon to be first touchdown. Oh, that's the best odds. That's the best odds for the Bengals. Damn. But you parlay that with the over 23.5. So let's take Joe Mixon to be our first touchdown scorer. Now let's go to anytime touchdown score here. We got any good odds? Cooper Kupp at -190, Joe Mixon at -105, Jamar Chase at +100. Yeah, he'll get into the end zone. Jamar Chase gets into the end zone. I want a Hang on, can we couple this? Joe Burrow at +500. We need him to score, and we need Matthew Stafford to score a rushing touchdown as well. So Joe Burrow rushing touchdown at +500. Matthew Stafford rushing touchdown at +650. Yeah. Take both of those. You parlay that with what we've already got of Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow both having one or more passing touchdown and one rushing touchdown. Alrighty. I like Jamar Chase to score. They rely on him. They'll go to him. This Bengals team is not going to shy away from their playmakers because they've been living and dying by their playmakers all game long. So they're not going to kind of, do anything that they didn't do in the playoff run, in the regular season, that they did not do. They'll do it in the Super Bowl. I mean, they're not going to switch it up. Joe Burrow not kind of blinking in the face of adversity, not wanting to be kind of classified as underdogs. Underdogs would get too cute in this spot. They'd be like, oh, they know we're going to go to Jamar Chase, so let's go to everybody else besides Jamar Chase. Let's kind of, maneuver and motion Jamar Chase and get the defense off balance and then never throw to him. No. They won't do that. They will go to their playmakers. So Jamar Chase being an anytime touchdown score +100, love it. And, just to kind of play and kind of, double up and double down on Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow running in for touchdowns themselves. All right, what do we got here? Can we do Wentworth, the offensive lineman? Can we get him into it? Doesn't seem like it. The center. Cincinnati Bengals defense at +500. No touchdown score as at +10,000. The best odds you can get. All right. What's the Rams defense scoring a touchdown? They got odds on that. We get the Bengals defense. Rams defense does not even seem to be able to be bet on. That's real interesting. Rams pick 6. You won't be able to bet on. Oh, no, Rams defense right here, +400. All right. That's better value overall than the Bengals at +500 defense to score a touchdown, pick 6 style. Alrighty, so we've got our touchdown scorers of Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford. We think they run one in. All right, 2 or more touchdown score odds. Cooper Kupp is at +250. Now, those are the most favored odds because, that's probably going to happen. I would definitely agree with that as well. Solid odds there at +250. They go to Cooper Kupp. Wait, Cooper Kupp just had 2 touchdowns in a playoff game. Let me get that actual game up here, folks. Let's get this up here. Cooper Kupp career stats. Bring up his stats quickly. All right, Cooper Kupp, when did he have 2 or more touchdowns? He just had it against the 49ers, 2 touchdowns. Yes, sir. So it can happen in the playoff games. It's happened, so it definitely can happen in the Super Bowl. Cooper Kupp at +250. Joe Mixon at +450. Jamar Chase at +500. Has Jamar Chase had +2 touchdowns in a playoff game? I don't think so. But let's get it up quickly. I don't know. Has Jamar Chase had 2 or more touchdowns in a game at all this season? We got 1 in week 3, another one in week 14. He had 3 in week 17 against the Chiefs. Big crunch time. But he's only had 1 touchdown in the postseason in that game, last game against the Chiefs. So I don't like Jamar Chase getting 2 touchdowns here. I don't like anybody getting really 2 touchdowns. Rams defense to get 2 touchdowns is at +2,000. Holy moly. Alrighty, Bengals defense for 2 touchdowns is at +6,500. Holy moly. Alrighty, staying away from 2+ touchdowns, but let's see what 3+ touchdowns gives us. Now, we get better juice with what we need, so maybe we can kind of see Cooper Kupp getting 3+ touchdowns at +1,000. Alrighty, so 10 pays 100. 10 pays 100 for Cooper Kupp to have 3 or more touchdowns. I want a little bit more juice than that, like 5,000. Give me 10 to win 500. I would take that. But 10 to win 100, I don't love that. What's that +500? T. Higgins to have 3 or more. That gives us +6,000. So don't really love any juice here. Touchdowns in both halves. Cooper Kupp to have. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I want. Cooper Kupp Touchdown in both halves at plus 600. This is what I can get behind. Not 2 touchdowns. I want plus 600 for a touchdown in each half. Yeah, I'll take that. Cooper Kupp, $10 to win. Oh, hang on, 600. Oh, I was talking about 6,000. Okay, never mind. I'm not doing 10 to win 60 Cooper Kupp in touchdown in each half. It was 6,000, 10 to win 600. I would take that. But for us to get that, we would have to bet the Rams defense or Bengals defense or Joe Burrow rushing touchdown in each half. We'll stay away from these. Touchdown score parlays. What do we got? Cooper Kupp, Cam Akers, Joe Mixon all scoring Are you kidding me? Cooper Kupp, Cam Akers, Joe Mixon all scoring a touchdown is minus 130. Oh, no thank you. No thank you. What are you, crazy? That's not good value at all. At all. Even to put like a 500 bet on it. That's crazy to do. What else do we get? Cooper Kupp, Rams defense, Bengals defense. I don't like any of these parlays. These juices are not lining up of what we need. No thank you. All right, let's go to player parlays. We got anything good here? Let's start at like the 350s and go up. Sony Michel to score an anytime touchdown in the Rams to win. All right, I don't really love that. I don't want to be tied down to either team really winning. That's not what I want my prop bets to do. I want prop bets that I can root for every team. The only bet I really want to kind of, focus on a single team is my spread bet. That's really it. I don't want, this has to happen and that team has to win. So I'm staying away from these player parlays. No, thank you. Passing props, no good value, no good juice here. Passing touchdowns, no good juice. Passing rush yards. No good juice here. Completions, no good juice. Pass attempts, no good juice. They're all minus 125, plus 100. QB props, all right, what do we got here? Any quarterback to throw for 400 or more yards, 850 odds. Wow, to sling that ball around. And we've seen Joe Burrow go for 500 a game this season, so that's solid value. I don't think I love it, but I think it's solid to do. Plus 850. 10 to win 85. All right, Joe Burrow, exact passing touchdowns. 3 is at plus 450. 0 is at plus 500. All right, you're not loving any of the juice with what we need. Juice with the squeeze. Don't love any of that. Matthew Stafford, no passing touchdowns, is at plus 800. No good juice. Passing yards in the first half, no good juice. Passing yards in the first quarter, no good juice. All right, what do we got game props wise? First drive, a field goal made is a yes at plus 425. I love that. First drive, field goal made on that first drive. So, yes is at plus 425. Could definitely see, a first drive, get into field goal range and maybe not trying to be too aggressive by trying to score a touchdown, so you settle for a field goal. I would take that, plus 425. I think that's solid odds right there. Throw a 10 on it. Either team to score a touchdown on their opening drive, no good juice. Where's the juice? Give me the plus 350 and above. That's the juice I'm looking for. First score, first field goal, or an after. 13 minutes elapsed. First score in the first 6 minutes. No good juice here. Alrighty. First scoring play type. Here we go. Any away touchdown, home touchdown, away safety, home touchdown, field goal touchdown. Now remember, the Bengals are the official home team here. Don't get confused when you're trying to do these prop bets. Alrighty, I think that's really all. I don't know. I don't think we're getting anything kind of good here now. I think we've really kind of found all the ones that we can kind of, make a decent buck on with solid juice that we believe definitely have a good chance at making relative to their juice. Let's quickly see here. DK promotions. What do we got? Bengals to win. Joe Burrow to throw 260 yards and Jamar Chase to score a touchdown at plus 600. Or if you like the Rams to win, Matthew Stafford to throw for 290 yards and OBJ to have a touchdown. That's at plus 500. Cross-sport specials. What's going on here? No good juice, so we don't want any of that. And that is it. So, alrighty. So we've got some prop bets here, folks. Let's let's remind y'all, recap what we like on our prop bets, and then we will get to our official final selection, and then we'll also tell you our favorite prop bet to bet. So here we go. What we are officially endorsing prop bet wise here, folks. We've did our coin toss, our heads. Heads came up, folks. We love the heads. So heads is going to be the overall outcome. Bet that, folks. We got the over 23.5 jersey number of the first touchdown score. Love it. We're banking on Joe Mixon scoring the first touchdown. We're kind of doubling down on that. So jersey number over 23.5 to score the first touchdown. Then we get yes of both teams scoring 25 points. Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford with both 250 passing yards each. We can kind of root for both teams. It's fantastic. That's what you want in the Super Bowl. At plus 450 odds, I love the value in that. All right, and then this, kind of a crazy prop bet that's the max odds that you can get, but we feel like this has a good chance of happening. So Matthew Stafford and Joe Burrow both do have one passing touchdown and also both having one rushing touchdown at plus 10,000 odds. $10 pays $1,000. I mean, you're not going to put $10 on that, folks. You don't got $10. Come on, you got $10 in your bank. Put $10 on that. That's the best value. That's the best juice with what we need, folks. Absolutely. You will not find better value than that. All right, then we get Matthew Stafford. Most rushing touchdowns compared to Joe Burrow at plus 260. Joe Burrow gets sacked 9 times a game. The man is going to be losing yards. We get any team to kick a game-winning walk-off field goal to end regular time at plus 500. Once again, they don't need to make it. It doesn't say they need to make it. So winning margin must be 3 points or less, and clock must expire after the kick is taken. So, yeah, I mean, that's not making the kick. You don't need to make the kick. You just need there to be a kick. Everything that has shown us in the playoffs, walk-off field goals all over the place. All right, will the winning margin be exactly by 7 points at plus 650? Now, I like this value because of how Vegas put the odds, how they put the spread. They're not expecting a 3-point game, folks. So, will the winning margin be exactly 7 points? I love it at plus 650. Joe Mixon being the first touchdown scorer. We're banking that, kind of parlaying that with the other prop bet of the jersey number over 23.5. Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown score at plus 100. You tend to win, 10 to win your 10. I love the odds at plus 100 there. Joe Burrow, anytime touchdown score rushing wise, plus 500. Matthew Stafford, plus 650, anytime rushing touchdown score because of our other one that we're going for the grand with. And then we've said, yes, a first drive will be a field goal made at plus 425. So we've got some good prop bets here to make a little bit of cash to track the entire, to attract for the entire game, to root for both teams here, folks. Loving these prop bets. Now, the prop bet that we could not bet here, that we did not see, that has nothing to do with the official game, but has to do with the overall game, the commercial. So this is the prop bet, folks, right here, that we cannot take any official action on the books, but when you go to your Super Bowl party, trying to kind of make a friendly wager with somebody, like I said, carry about $500, $100 cash on you to your Super Bowl party, because I'm telling you, this bet's going to hit. So here it is, folks. The Super Bowl prop bet that is guaranteed to hit, that you can make a little bit of money on betting with your friends at your Super Bowl party. Here it is, folks. And I'm going to get real specific with it. And this is why I'm saying, carry $100, because you want to make this bet with everybody at the party. And you want to kind of be like, oh my God, you can't give me better odds, because I want, I'm talking specifics here, folks. I'm getting down to specifics. So talk up those odds. Be like, I want kind of 500 to 1. So, if I win, you give me 500. If you win, I give you 100. So talk it up, folks. You're going to have to sell it. You're going to have to kind of go into kind of used car salesman mode when you go to this Super Bowl party. So carry some cash with you. Make sure your confidence is up. Make sure you're selling points. You're hitting the points, folks. They're points of driving up your overall odds. Make sure you're bringing that all to the game while everyone's intoxicated by the food and the aroma and just the energy that the normal Super Bowl party brings. You got to stay cool, calm, collected, level-headed, okay? This is how you make money. Here we go. The prop bet. we're going to be betting like a Super Bowl ad, folks, an ad, but not just any ad, folks. We're betting on Ozark trailer for the back 5. What do we got? 7 more episodes left. The back end of the final season, there will be a trailer, folks, and I'm going to call it end third quarter going into the fourth quarter. That's when the commercial, the ad will happen. It will open up Netflix, right? And they'll have clips of flashy clips. It's going to go quick, folks, of just quick scenes that are just absolutely jaw-dropping, one after the other, of what's going to be happening in the final back end of the final season of Ozark on Netflix. We're going to get the ad end of the third quarter going into the fourth quarter in the trailer, folks. Like I'm telling you, bet on what the trailer will look like as well. This is why I'm telling you, everything is so specific. Drive up your value. Get as much as you can out of whoever you're betting with. So, Ozark trailer, end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. That's when the trailer is going to happen. The trailer is going to be jaw-dropping, folks. I mean, we're going to be like, oh my God, and then, oh my God, and then, oh my God, after every single flash of a scene, right? And then, this is where the seller is, okay? This is where you can kind of boost up the value even more. At the very end, it says, streaming now. Streaming now. Ozark, the final episodes of the last season will be released Super Bowl Sunday, folks, okay? Drive it up. Maybe kind of play it a little bit safe. Maybe kind of say at the end of the Super Bowl, streaming at the end of the Super Bowl, but whatever it is, so phrase it right. It will be streaming by the end of the night, but the commercial will be definitely saying streaming now or streaming after the Super Bowl. Folks, it's gonna happen. They're done filming it, folks. How long do we have to wait for an announcement? It's been tight-lipped. There's been no word on when the final episodes will release for Ozark and what perfect time is to do it on Super Bowl and to have it being released right now, folks. And we've been getting that from Netflix. What was it? A couple years ago, Cloverfield Paradox. What a great movie. I loved it. But they showed the trailer. I loved it. I was hooked. My jaw was on the floor. I was like, wow, I want to see that. And then they said streaming now. I was mind blown. So yes, folks, Ozark will have the release date. It's coming out. We'll have the trailer. It's all coming out Super Bowl Sunday, and they're showing an ad for it end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. That's when the ad will take place, folks. Ozark ad. And it's going to be so gosh dang good. The ad is going to leave us all speechless, jaw drops on the floor, like we're ready to watch it, because that's what they want. The big buzz from the Super Bowl, and then everybody watches it, okay? Netflix has a history of having crazy surprise drops on Super Bowl Sunday. They showed the trailer that nobody even heard of, nobody even knew when the movie or show was coming out, and then released streaming now Super Bowl Sunday. They showed the ads, folks. So I'm loving that prop bet. It's 100% happening. It's a guarantee, folks. It's a lock of what they call that in the betting industry. It is a lock, folks, and it's such a lock that DraftKings, they won't put the odds on here. They won't put the odds on here. FanDuel, they won't put the odds out here. JB Smoove with Caesars, they won't put the odds on there. So you got to make your own odds. You got to sell it and bet everybody in your Super Bowl party, folks. It will happen. I guarantee it. So that is our prop bet that we kind of teased on our Twitter, and unfortunately we cannot put official money on it because that's a $10,000 spread. I mean, folks, like when I'm telling you, like sell it as like a 10,000 to 1. Be like, hey, I'll give you $10, you give me $1,000 if it hits. Okay, that should be a $10,000 odd prop. So try to sell it. All right, try to get the most money that you can from the people at the Super Bowl party you are going to. Alrighty now, folks, are y'all ready? Because now we are making our official pick, the spread. We're locking it in, folks. -4, +4. We lost a little bit of value from the +4.5, or maybe we gained the value. -4.5, no longer there either. But here we go, folks. We've talked 2 weeks. We've watched countless numbers of films. We looked at countless numbers of stats, and we have finally came to our conclusion, folks. And our official pick of Super Bowl 56 spread line is Bengals +4, folks. We have been waiting to lock this in. We felt so confident, folks. Both of these offenses are great, folks. We know this. Joe Burrow, doesn't matter how many times he gets knocked down, he always gets back up. These defenses, yes, we both know they're very, very good. And what do we say, folks? Defense wins championships. And yes, the Rams defense, they're a little bit more flashy. Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, a little bit more outspoken. But this Bengals defense steps up when they need to in the clutch at crunch time, second half of games, holding Chiefs to only 3 points regular season, postseason. It doesn't matter. Home, away. The defense makes big plays. Ryan Tannehill, tie game. 16-16. Ryan Tannehill forced the interception. Eli Apple making that ball tip up in the air. Defense takes over. Offense knocks in the game-winning walk-off field goal. Bengals moving on to the next round. This defense, yes, they get beat. They're not the most flashiest, but they lock in and they make the best, biggest plays when it's available, folks. And this fact right here that I'm about to be bringing up, folks, this fact right here proves everything that we've been saying. I know the media is trying to tell you the Rams are the better team defensively, offensively. The Rams defense is better. Defense wins championships, so you have to go with the Rams. No, folks, give respect to this Bengals defense. They're better than what everybody is giving them credit for, and I've got the one stat right here that proves it. So here we go. The Rams this season, scoring by halves, scoring by quarters. Are y'all ready for this? The Rams, they score more points, they score more touchdowns in the second half than they do in the first half. They have 8 rushing touchdowns in the first half, 10 rushing touchdowns in the second half. So 2 more rushing touchdowns overall in the second half. Passing touchdowns, 7 passing touchdowns in the first half, 10 passing touchdowns in the second half. So 3 more touchdowns passing. So 5 more touchdowns total in the second half than the first half. Now, they score evenly really throughout the game, but they do rely on scoring and winning games in the second half of games. That's the Rams offense. Now, the Rams defense in the second half, they give up more touchdowns in the second half than they do in the first half. Hang on, I think I read that backwards, actually. I think I just brought up the Rams defensive stats. So 8 touchdowns given up in the first quarter, 10 touchdowns given up in the second half. I'm sorry, folks, I'm butchering this. Let's start it over. Here we go. Rams defense in the first half. They give up 8 rushing touchdowns. They give up 10 rushing touchdowns in the second half. Defense giving up more scores in the second half. Passing touchdowns. They gave up 7 passing touchdowns in the first half. 10 passing touchdowns in the second half. They give up 3 more passing touchdowns in the second half than they do in the first half. So the defense gives up touchdowns all throughout the game, and especially more in the second half than they do in the first half. Now, this Rams team also does score more in the second half than they do in the first half. In the first half, rushing touchdowns by the Rams. They put up 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half, 6 rushing touchdowns in the second half. Passing touchdowns, they put up 19 passing touchdowns in the first half and 22 passing touchdowns in the second half. So the Rams, they score first half, second half, kind of evenly, a little bit more in the second half. Defense gives up points evenly first half, second half, but a little bit more points in the second half. Now, when we look at the Bengals, let's start with their offense. Their offense, they score more in the second half than they do in the first half. The Rams have scored 7 rushing touchdowns in the first half and 9 rushing touchdowns in the second half. They have 16 passing touchdowns in the first half and 20 passing touchdowns in the second half. So, Rams defense, they give up more points in the second half, and the Bengals, they score more points in the second half. So, the Bengals are going to be scoring all game long, and the Rams defense is going to be kind of giving up the scores all game long. But this is it right here, folks. This Bengals defense, they do not give up more points in the second half than they do in the first half. This Bengals defense, they have given up 10 rushing touchdowns in the first half, only 5 rushing touchdowns in the second half. The Bengals have given up 15 passing touchdowns in the first half, only gave up 10 passing touchdowns in the second half. This Bengals defense locks up in the clutch at the second half of the games, and they win offensively by scoring all game long. This Bengals defense makes changes in the locker room at halftime, and those changes are unbearable for the other team to score on. This Bengals defense, they're better than the Rams defense. Yes, they don't have the names, but they have the stats, they have the wins to back it up, and they've got Joe mother-loving Cool on the offensive side of the ball ready to take advantage of every single defensive stop that they get in the second half. Bengals to win. Bengals +4. Give me the points. Give me this Bengals defense making Sean Mcveigh and Matthew Stafford look almost stupid. They will look so stupid in the second half because the offense will be non-existent. This Bengals team gets it done in the second half. They've done it all season. Nobody has given them any credit, and I get 4 points. Do y'all see why I was gushing all these last 2 weeks when it was at +4.5 and we were waiting for it to go to 5? The defense, folks. Defense wins championships, and the Bengals have a better defense than the Rams do. Give me the points. Give me the points. Give me the points. Bengals +4. Our official pick. Super Bowl last game of the season. Give me the Bengals, folks. Yes, we can officially lock it in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me the points. Give me the points. And I think I'm ready to call the Bengals to win the game as well. Give me the Bengals to win +160. Yes, sir. Bengals defense takes care of business. Love it. Woo! All righty, folks. That is it. That is doing it for us today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We will not be back live tomorrow, noon Eastern. We are not going to have an official show tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, but I may be popping up on Twitter video form. So, keep tabs at my Twitter at Takes by Fans. We might kind of call out last second best bets, anything that's kind of I'm waking up game day gut feeling. We won't have an official show, but I may have some tweets, I may have some videos out there, so stick around to our Twitter for all of that. Alrighty, any breaking news as we were live? Any news here? Does not seem so. Alrighty, folks, we are back Monday, noon Eastern, breaking down the Super Bowl, folks, and cashing in all of our prop bets that we just made, and cashing in the prop bet. Make sure everyone's got cash on them at the Super Bowl party. Send out a notice. Everybody must bring cash because you are going to be taking that cash with our Ozark prop bet. Alrighty, folks, we are out of here. Have a great Super Bowl. Hopefully, if your team is in the Super Bowl, they win. Hopefully, y'all can experience a championship-winning team. I've never been able to be so lucky, so I'm still waiting for that. So, folks, have a great one. Make a little bit of money on Super Bowl. Have a great meal. Have a great kind of interaction with everybody you're with. And just overall enjoy that full day of glorious Super Bowl Sunday. Man, oh man, there's no other feeling like it. There's something about the entire day, folks. Alrighty, folks, we are out of here. Have an absolute great one, and we'll see you back on Monday, folks. Have a great one.